Hey pagan family, I hope you all are doing okay. So today we are going to be talking about Ostara. And if you are new to my channel, I create weekly videos about topics like tarot, paganism, and magic. So if those topics are of interest to you and you end up liking this video, do please consider subscribing. And for my returning subscribers, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about Ostara, and specifically I'm going to show you how I like to set up my altar for this particular Sabbath. And I've done many different altar setup videos in the past, so I will link some of the previous ones I've done down below in case you'd like to check those out. So this year, Ostara is on March 19th, and the date of Ostara changes because it always falls on the spring equinox, which is when the time of light and dark is equal. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is a really crazy time right now, both in America and the rest of the world. And we're facing a lot of darkness and fear because of the coronavirus. So for me personally, I feel like Ostara is extra important in my life right now, because recognizing both the light and the darkness within, I think, will help balance out some of the anxieties that I'm experiencing. But I don't want to speak for you guys, of course, but for me, Ostara is a really great way to connect back in with a sense of hope and life and beauty, so I'm very much looking forward to celebrating Ostara this year. So Ostara is a Sabbath that's really tied to themes of life, fertility, and joy. And the colors of Ostara are usually like bright and pastel and very cheerful. So I created my altar this year with the purpose of bringing in some of that bright and life-giving energy into my home. So let's jump right in. Here is how I have created my Ostara altar this year. The main feature of my altar for Ostara is the flowers and the greenery. We don't yet have fresh flowers here in Chicago, but it's only a couple weeks till the city is blooming with tulips and daffodils. Now, it's best to use fresh flowers and greenery if you are able, but I wanted to keep my altar a bit inexpensive this year, and I'm kind of in quarantine right now, along with many of you, I believe, so I just pulled out some faux greenery and faux flowers that I had in one of my closets for my altar. And then I spruced up the flowers with some nice vases. Candles are always a great feature for altars, and I always have candles around, so I added a few to bring additional light to my altar for Ostara. While spring pastel colors are best for this particular Sabbath, white candles are multi-purpose, magically speaking, so there's no need to go out and buy pastel colored candles if you have a bunch of plain white ones laying around. I'm also adding an amethyst and a quartz crystal to amplify the positive energies of the equinox. I picked up a chocolate bunny to represent the fertility aspect of this holiday, and as a bonus, it will be a nice little treat for me to eat on the day of the equinox. I've done a previous video on Ostara symbolism and why bunnies are associated with this Sabbath, so I will link that below if you'd like to check it out. I'm also adding a small bowl that I'm going to be filling with water on Ostara morning. This will be dedicated to the goddess Eostre, who is a Germanic goddess of dawn and spring, and she's often associated with this particular Sabbath. I have a whole video I did a few weeks ago about this goddess and the different ways that you can give offerings to her for Ostara, so I will link that down below as well. As a tarot reader, the sacred archetypes featured in tarot are a large part of my spiritual practice, so I always choose a card or two to feature on my altar. Originally, I was going to use the Empress card as she is a good representation of the fertility and the beauty of early spring. Though the more I thought about it, I felt that there was another card that would be even better for Ostara this year, and that is the Star card. In tarot, the Star card is number 17, And it comes after one of the most dramatic cards in the deck, the Tower card. So the Star card represents the hope and the healing that comes after a traumatic time in life. So she is really the card that I rely upon anytime I personally am feeling a bit fearful and anxious, and I find that the Star card has always brought a calm, warm, and welcoming presence into my life. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button and leave a comment down below on how you will be celebrating Ostara this year. So I want to wish you all a wonderful equinox, a wonderful Ostara, and I will see you all next week. Bye!